NCMK News. I'm Ron Strawberry with your daily sports updates. Last night was a great moment in sports history. The NHL season was started off with a game against Toronto versus the Wanderers. As you all know, the National Hockey Association was suspended last year, so we had to start the NHL. Montreal's Dave Ritchie scored the very first goal in NHL history. Harry Hyland had 4 goals this game, and the Wanderers won 10-9. It is the only game that I'm going to guess that they will win this year. It was a good turnout last night, and the teams got to play in front of 700 fans. Let's go to the highlights.
Y'all ready for this? Get down with the sound, house on the ground, freeze when I squeeze, drop to your knees. You must obey, I'm in here to stay, ready to take you around the way.
And how do you feel about this game?
Get on my face, man. Yeah! First game! Yeah!
And more in sports this evening, coming at you from the Queen's Plate. And the grandstands are packed tonight for the Queen's Plate. Lots of guests out there, make sure to get your seats quickly.
Honey, don't you just love it here?
Yes!
Oh, this is just so exciting.
I bet you and Nicole that Flicker will win.
Oh, honey, no! Flicker never wins. Never!
I'm going with Dreamer.
Oh, you're just the dumbest grandchild, aren't you? This one. No, no. How about you, honey?
Who are you cheering for, grandmother?
Oh, of course I'm cheering for Burnaby.
Burnaby?
Yes,
What
Burnaby.
color is he?
Oh, he's the nice, beautiful little thoroughbred over there.
Oh,
the red coat.
yeah, yes,
Yes,
nice.
yes. Oh, go, Burnaby, go!
Yes, Dreamer! Faster!
My money on you. Oh, look at them! Oh, there they are! Oh, aren't they just beautiful? Is it just horses? Is it just the most beautiful sport ever? Aren't they, my fat babies?
Yes, beautiful.
Oh, here they come! Here's the last one!
You aren't cheering for anyone.
Okay, well, shall we go for milkshakes?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And the winner is...
Congratulations to Belle Mahone for taking home the Queen's Plate today.
And how do you feel about the big win, sir?
Oh, I'm feeling very good about it. Yes, it's a pleasure to be here at the Queen's Plate here today. Yes, my horse did real good today, yes.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Excellent job, sir.
Oh, you did just wonderful.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes,
good job, horse.
It's a very fine horse you got
Thank
there.
you.
Back to the studio now with your weekly editorial.
And now for your weekly editorial brought to you by the Canadian Forces. Sir Robert Borden has imposed a nationwide temporary income tax to cover the much-needed expenses of the war. The Tories, members of Britain's political parties, were forced to reconsider their options due to the increasing amount of debt that our nation has been experiencing throughout the war. Our country will now be collecting this federal tax to assist our troops. The previous goal of not having income tax was to attract immigrants. Unlike the United Kingdom and the United States, we solely relied on natural resources to finance our provinces. Now, our men and women overseas need as much money as we can give them. Here at NCMK News, we support the Tories and Prime Minister Borden's decisions about the newly introduced income tax, and we hope that all of our viewers will as well. We can expect that once the Great War is over, to return to our normal fees and ways of living. Thank you.
A new material has come out. Camouflage! The term camouflage probably comes from a camouflager, a Parisian slang term meaning to disguise, and may have been influenced by camouflet, a French term meaning smoke blown in someone's face. Camouflage is the use of a combination of materials, coloration, or illumination of concealment, either by making animals or objects hard to see, or disguise them as someone else. Soldiers are using this in the war to help disguise themselves from the opposition. Get yours now. Call 1-800-123-CAMO.
There was a shark attack today in the Gulf of Mexico. We have breaking news coming from Halifax, Nova Scotia. This morning, a French cargo ship fully laden with wartime explosives collided with Norwegian vessel SS Emo. This is all the information we have at this moment, but we will be sure to keep you updated on this devastating event. Honorable Prime Minister Gordon has recently announced the Military Service Act, which has established forced conscription in Canada. Here today to share how he has been able to push through the Military Voters Act and the War Times Election Act. Hello and welcome to MCMK News Studio, Prime Minister. It is an honor to meet with you today.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Okay, so let's get started with today's interview. A bit of a touchy subject to some citizens of our country. Today we'll be learning about the how and the why of the newly imposed Military Service Act. What's the sudden change with adding forced conscription in our country, Prime Minister Gordon?
The act has been imposed because Canadian volunteers were becoming harder to find and our armies needed to be replenished immediately.
When did you and the other leaders decide that conscription was needed in Canada?
Well, after the recent Battle of the Somme, our army has seen a large decrease in number. That battle has caused over 1 million casualties between all sides, making it the bloodiest and most horrific battle thus far into the war. Our armies, like others, need to be built up quickly with as many people as possible.
What will be the requirements among the families in the army now? Do the same rules apply?
Yes, the requirements will be the same for the newly imposed act. Each soldier must be a Canadian citizen, 18 years of age or older, and have good vision and physical health. Anyone with a condition such as asthma, severe allergies, or fallen arches in their feet will not be taken.
I've heard that many people are opposed to this new act because they feel that people should volunteer, not be volunteered. What are your thoughts on this?
Actually, we have a lot of the country's support behind us. Clearly, there are some people who are unhappy with us, such as farmers, union heads, and pacifists. The entire province of Quebec also seems to be against conscription, which was inevitable. However, the rest of the country supports the decision and will see a huge increase in numbers over the next few months.
You say that Quebec is unhappy with this decision. Is this why Quebec City protested from the start?
Unfortunately, yes. The people of Quebec have started a protest that has already left 4 dead.
Thank you very much for your time and information, Prime Minister. One last question for you. By staying in the war, what is our country accomplishing?
Because we are still fully participating in the war, many other nations are seeing us as of equal importance to Great Britain. With our growing army in place, we hope to fight to the end of the war and show our patriotism to the rest of the world.
Thank you again for your time, Sir Gordon. Have a great day.
Thank you.
We have now found the body of Mary Polly Wilson in the culverts. This is now under the investigation of the murder committed by Sergeant John Wilson.
It has been approximately 20 minutes since a French cargo ship collided with the Norwegian vessel SS Emo, and we've just received news that a fire has ignited in the cargo area, causing a huge explosion.
Mary Hutchinson, the wife and victim of Sergeant John Wilson's murder, has now been found, and her family has sent in an obituary to be read. Mary Hutchinson, known as Polly by her friends and family, was born in 1886 in the village of Slaman in the southern uplands of Scotland. Polly passed away on September 27, 1918, near Waltheim, Saskatchewan, Canada. She was predeceased by her grandparents, but will be sadly missed by her father, William, and her mother, Helen. Also her brother, James, and her 4 sisters, her son, George, and her daughter, Helen. She leaves behind her children, and her best friend, but also sister, Elizabeth. Polly enjoyed potato farming and playing the bagpipes. Her celebration of life will be on December 17, 1919. Donations may go to the veterans in her honor.
We have received more news on the Halifax explosion. Mont Blanc was under orders from the French government to carry her highly volatile cargo of explosive overseas to Bordeaux, France. At roughly 8:45 a.m., she collided at Slow Emo. The resultant fire aboard the French ship quickly grew out of control. Without adequate and accessible firefighting equipment, the captain, pilot, officers, and men were forced to abandon her within a few minutes. Approximately 20 minutes later, Mont Blanc exploded with tremendous force. Nearly all structures within a half-mile radius, including the entire community of Richmond, were completely demolished. Hardly a window in the city survived. Across the harbor in Dartmouth, there was also widespread damage. A tsunami created by the blast wiped out the community of Mickawa First Nations people that had lived in the Tufts Cove area for generations. Approximately 2,000 people were killed by debris and collapsed buildings. It is also estimated that nearly 9,000 people were injured during the devastating ordeal. This blast is the biggest man-made explosion to date and will definitely go down in history.
Thousands of families were left homeless during yesterday's explosion. To make matters worse, this is the largest snowstorm that Halifax has experienced within the last decade.
Well, the act has been imposed. Just wait. There we go.
On the car.
Start the sentence over.
This is such a hard sentence. It has been approximately 20 minutes since the French cargo ship collided with the Norwegian vessel SS Emo, and we have just received news that there has been a fire ignited in the cargo area, causing a
Okay.
equipment. The captain, following.
Was that accessible? Start again from that sentence.
From what?
Without a
Sergeant John Hutchison has...
Sergeant John Wilson.
Oops. Okay.
No, do it.
Mary Hutchinson, the wife of Sergeant John Hutchinson.
Wilson.
Oh, okay.
To make matters worse, this is the largest...
I'm Ron Strawberry with your daily sports updates. Okay, wait.
It's hard to see. Like you said. Or by disguise them as someone else. Okay, wait, I'll do that too.
Honey, don't you just love it here?
Yes!
It's just so exciting.
And you're a
Just so
granddaughter too,
exciting.
right?
Yeah, I'm something. I don't know.
Did you press play?
Yeah.
Under investigation of the murder of Sergeant...
For me.
And this one's for you.
I like to put mine in muffins.
And I like to put mine on every
KY jelly for him and for her.